So I'm going to tell you all a story about one of the more fun experiences that I had in one of the car groups I'm active in Columbia. There were two guys kind of jabbering back and forth. They weren't getting along. It's a my car's faster than your car kind of situation. And one of the guys was an older guy, and it's probably in his 50s. He had a big old station wagon, 80s wagon, but it has giant slicks on it. Big old Hoosier slicks. And if you take a peek into the back, like the trunk area, there's a big fat bottle of nitrous back there. And so this guy, big old mean slicks wagon with nitrous, thinks that his car is faster than this other guy's car. And the other guy is driving a Camaro. I think it was a 6th gen Camaro. But yeah, this other guy's driving his Camaro. It's a twin turbo Camaro. Nicely built, absolute monster of a car, and they're jabbering back and forth, and they're gonna settle their beef with a race, as you do, but a little bit of background on this meet was that while we were driving to our spot, there was a guy in our group. This guy's got an LS swapped Miata, and so as we're driving down to the meet, the police pull this guy over because you see a pack of loud fast cars going somewhere, you kind of get an idea of what's going on. CPD just for kicks, they pull this guy over, and the reason they pulled him over was not because he was doing anything illegal. It's because whenever he was building this car, he had just gotten the build finished, he forgot to plug in his taillights, and so the guy did not have any taillights, and so they decided to pull him over, kind of make fun of him, but they really just wanted to see the car because it's an LS swapped Miata, and it's super cool. We knew that the police knew that we were there, and so these guys said, you know what, screw it, let's do it anyway, all right? And so, everybody's getting all hyped up, and they go and get their cars lined up, and they take off, and, loud, extremely loud cars take off, super close race, right, until the end of the race. So we see them take off. They get about halfway down our little strip, and we see the berries and cherries start lining up. And so we're like, well, looks like our meet's over. And one of our guys that was up the road flagging for us, the guys that like call us and say, hey, there's some police up here, maybe you shouldn't do anything dumb. Our flagger came back down to the parking lot, and he pulls up with this big chunk of metal. We're like, what the hell is that? And it turns out that the guy in the wagon had been going at about 135 mile an hour, and his driveline exploded. Turns out, the guy's driveline had exploded as he got up to speed, like his top speed. And not only did he have to pay for his broken car, but he also had to pay the ticket, which he ended up getting it lowered, so he didn't go to jail. But he had to pay a hefty fine. Yeah, moral of the story is if you know the police are there, if you know that the police know that you're there, more specifically, don't race.